Hi guys, this is Yogi here for Year 7, Set 2, Naplan practice. Pretty excited because I've discovered how to get the questions up on these displays, and I hope that helps us. Okay, question 1. First thing, you can see that the first term is in hours and the second term is in minutes. That's no good for us. We need them both to be the same. So we're going to change 1 hour into 60 minutes. Okay? And then we need to know what percentage of 1 hour is 15 minutes. So what we're after is 15 minutes out of 60 minutes. Now, there's a common factor there, and the common factor is 15. So we can divide the top by 15, we can divide the bottom by 15, and 15 divided by 15 is 1, 60 divided by 15 is 4, and we get 1/4. So what is 1/4 as a percentage? Well, that's just 25%. Okay? Okay, moving on to question 2. Question 2, we have to figure out the pattern. Let's have a look. If I have my stacks along here, and I have my bales along here, and I'm going to add one more row, and this row is how many I need to add each time. Okay? So let's start off first with 0 stacks. If I have 0 stacks, I have 0 bales of hay. Now I know with 1 stack I have 3 bales. So how many did I add to get from 0 to 1 stack? I added 3. Okay? And if you have a look at the next one, we have 2 stacks with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bales of hay. So I needed to add 7 to the first stack to get the second stack. And let's have a look at number 3. Stack 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21. So I needed to add 11. Okay? If you have a look down here, now this is the key, you will notice a pattern. Hopefully you noticed that it's going up by 4s each time. So the first one was 3, the next one's 7, the next one's 11, and the one after that is going to be 15. Now I can draw it if you like. Sorry, you can draw it if you like. Or if you figure out the pattern, it's a lot easier. Okay? So we know that the next one, you add 15, and your 4th stack will be 36. And I'm running out of a bit of space, but the next one you need to add 19, and so the 5th stack will have 55. Okay? So that's the answer. Okay, moving on to question 3. This is a symmetry question, so hopefully we can do this fairly quickly. Let's have a look at the first one. What a line of symmetry means is if I take the top, like this, and I flip it along here, it should look exactly like the bottom. Now, in the first question, if I take this top and I flip it, it's going to look a little bit like this, which is, it's not as long as the bottom. So the first one cannot be correct. Looking at the second one, okay, if I flip it along that line, you will get something like this. That's not quite over the other side. So it's not the second one either. Looking at the third one actually flips over nicely. So if you take this and you flip it, it actually looks like that. So it works perfectly. But let's also have a look at why it's not the fourth one. It's not the fourth one for the same reasons as it's not the second one. They are more or less the same shape for the symmetry purposes in this question. So if I flip this, I get that type thing, which is a similar scenario to the second one. And once again, it is not this. So the correct answer, C. Okay, next question. Look, if you got this right, then you know what to do. But if you got this wrong, then you probably have a little bit of difficulty with decimals. So we're going to do a little bit of a trick. So let's write the first. What we're going to do is we're going to move the decimal point for each number over one spot. Now, as long as we do the same thing to every number, it's fine. So the first one becomes 1.2, the second one becomes 0.12, the third one becomes 0.21, and the fourth one becomes 1. Now, if I have it like this, it's a lot easier to see which one's the smallest, because clearly, okay, this one is the smallest. Well, it's definitely not these, because these are 1 or bigger. So it's out of one of these, and 0.1 is smaller than 0.2. So that makes it a lot easier. So this answer corresponds to this answer. Okay. Alright, moving on to question 5. We need to do this side first so we can figure out how to work out the other side. Okay, so working first with the left-hand side, hopefully you know your order of operations and that you need to do 4 times 2 first. Okay, so that becomes 30 plus 8, because 4 times 2 is 8, which is 38. Okay, so we can now replace all of this with 38. So 38 is equal to 70 minus something. So the way I figure that something out is I can do 70 minus 38. 0 minus 8 I can't do, so I trade. 10 minus 8 is 2, 6 minus 3 is 3, so the answer is 32. Okay, moving on to question 6. Let's look at all the different ways that Paul can get 1. He can get this 1 and this 0, or he could get this 1 and this 0. Alright, so there are 2 ways. Okay, now how can he get 2? Well, he can get this 1 and this 1. He could get this 1 and this 1. He could get this 2 and this 0, or he could get this 2 and this 0. Alright, so altogether, that is 4 different ways. Okay, get rid of that. So there's 4 different ways to get 2. How many different ways is there to get 3? Well, he could get this 1 and this 2. He could get this 1 and this 2. He could get this 2 and this 1. Get this 2 and this 1. He could get this 3 and this 0. So altogether, there is 5. Okay. How many different ways are there to get 4? Well, he could get... Well, he can't use the 1s, because the biggest number on this side is 2. So he could get a 2 and 2. Or he could get this 2 and this 2. Or he could get this 3 and this 1. Or he could get this 4 and this 0. So once again, there is 4. So the one that occurs the most, well, that's 3. Okay, question 7. It says it's 8:45, so hopefully we know that 9 o'clock in 12-hour time is equal to 21 o'clock in, or 2100 in 24-hour time. So it is 9:15, so it's just before 9, so it is 8:45 p.m. That means that it must be just before 2100, so it must be 20:45. Okay. Alright, last question. It says the number of koalas in a state forest has been counted every year. This shows the number of koalas that has changed since 1954. How many years did it take the population to recover to the same level as it was in 1966? So this is the key year. Alright, so we have to start in 1966. So you have a look at 1966, which is down here, and you can see that there's that many koalas. So when did it reach that level again? So you go across, okay, and you get to there, and then if you go down, you'll see that it's between 98 and 02, which is the year 2000, okay? So we want to know the time between 1966 and 2000, so we can do 2000 minus 1966, okay, borrow, 10 minus 6 is 4, 9 minus 6 is 3, 9 minus 9 is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So the answer is 34 years. And that's it. Thank you guys. See you next time.